seeing everyone. My name is Noor Rashid, my wife Rebecca, my 4 children, Tasia, Noor, Israel, and Josiah, pastor, pioneer of the church at Bryan College Station. And investments are not in vain. And I do want to acknowledge the church that's here. If you're from Bryan, go ahead and stand up if you would tonight. Amen. Thank God for you. An investment that started. Continue by our congregation. Amen. It is still growing and the Lord is helping us. And so God's purposes have been birthed. And the Lord is helping us. Very quickly, evangelism is key. We've been doing weekly outreaches. We have Saturday night open mic concerts or open mic, and basically we invite people from the community, and we get the whole church involved. The children are involved. You can sing, you can act, you can rap, you can do poetry, whatever you want to do, and that's just a way to get people to come in. We do testimonies, altar calls, things like that, just trying to build the kingdom of God. We have one-on-one witnessing. We have discipleship is taking place. People are taking ownership of their ministry. What I'm saying is people are not just doing ministry, but making it their own. And that's what we want in our churches, that people would take ownership. Let's see here. February, the church sent me to Michigan to do a revival for Pastor Philip there. And it was a blessing for me and for him and Melissa. And we just had a wonderful time there in the church and just supporting one another in that sense. We had a revival with Carl Cooper in our congregation. We had one wedding, one Spanish wedding so far this year, and the couple seems to be grasping the things of the Lord and have expressed they want to do something for God. We have regular serious men's classes every other Sunday, and we have the men come out challenging them to be men of God. Hallelujah. Overcoming obstacles. We've had a few obstacles in the congregation. And pastoring is about working with people and helping them to overcome their obstacles. And so people are maturing, not giving up. Amen. They're contending and the Lord is helping. Amen. And so we ask that you would pray for us. Amen. And well, I'm just grateful to be here. Amen. I'm blessed. I want to thank you as a congregation. I want to thank my pastor, Roland Venice. I want to thank Liz. I want to thank Pastor Ruby, amen, for planting that church there at BCS. Amen. And pray for us. God bless you.
Amen.
My beautiful wife Melissa and 3 kids, Pioneer in Lansing, Michigan, and we've been there for going to be 3 years. Amen. And so it's been great. We've been having a good time. So we hit winter, and winter comes to a freeze, and so we were just really pressing in for some breakthrough. And so I preached a sermon on faith, amen, believing God that He'd bring in one person before the month ended, that somebody come in and get saved. And so when I was done preaching that sermon, Melissa said, do you realize there's only 2 more weeks in the month? And amen, so with that one person, we were able to see this happen, amen, just preaching, outreaching, witnessing to people, believing God for them to come in and get saved. We've been partnering with, amen, the Flint Church, the Detroit Church over there, helping them, preaching with them. And so we had a bunch of outreaches where Pastor Nord came, just really a bunch of open doors with people. And we had one person come to that revival. Pastor Rashid came and his church was able to send him. It was a blessing for us. And so we, we're out there street preaching in 20-degree weather and just establishing God's presence there in Lansing. And so like I said, we got to see that young girl come in as a young college student, came in and then got saved. And she recently, she was out for a while. She came back probably maybe 2 weeks ago. And she's going through some hard times. And I believe God's bringing her closer, amen, to really being dedicated. And so we partnering with them, with Flint, Detroit, doing outreaches in Chicago, very busy last 3 months. And, God's just really establishing the people that do come. They're givers, amen, they're disciples. Amen. They're older, but they're disciples. They do everything that we preach about, and they've been with us for probably 2 years now. And so, just really pressing in, trying to see God give us some breakthrough. I had been praying for just breakthroughs in evangelism, and so I was going to get a haircut probably 2 weeks ago or something like that, and listening to Ernie Toppin in the car, and I just felt God just stirring me. And I said, you know what, today, I said, this barber, I've talked to him before, I said, today, I'm going to preach to this guy. And so I get to the barbershop, and he's late by about an hour and a half. So finally he gets there, and I'm sitting inside this barbershop, and he doesn't cut my hair. Basically, long story short, I'm inside the barbershop for probably 3 hours, preaching to his whole barbershop. Never got a haircut, but the next day ended up going back, preaching to him again, prayed the sinner's prayer with him. And God's just really dealing with this guy. I believe he's a key person. Amen. Before coming here, the barbershop basically is like an evangelism. It's like a harvest field. So this Saturday, amen, Monday before he left, another person that I was really dealing with, this is a guy that left Houston to come to Lansing to sell drugs, to sell marijuana, because over there it's legal. And so I told him, you know what, man, you're searching for something, but God's searching for you. Amen. Preach to him, witness to him. And so we're just contending, amen, for miracles, for breakthrough. We're having a revival next month in May with Pastor Richard Brooks. And so just pray for us. We got all kinds of stuff going on. A bunch of outreach schedule, a bunch of evangelism. Just believing God for breakthrough. Amen. Continue to pray for us in Lansing, Michigan.
Aleluya. Dios los bendiga en esta tarde. I put my notes in English, but I'm not qualified for that, so I got my Pastor Pruneda, he will translate for me. Primeramente quiero decirle muchas gracias a la congregación por todo lo que han invertido en la iglesia de La Puerta allá en el suroeste de Austin.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for all, for the church here in the Mother Church, for all that we've invested there in the Puerta.
Fuimos lanzados en el 2015 en las conferencias de San Antonio y empezamos a tener servicios en mi casa en mayo del 2016.
We were launched out in the October conference in 2015, and we began to have Bible studies there in my house.
Empezamos con 9 personas.
We started with 9 people.
Nos movimos y tomamos la iglesia del suroeste.
We moved and we took on took over the church there, Pastor Epi.
Los 9 no nos siguieron, se desaparecieron.
The 9 that didn't follow us, they disappeared.
Pero déjame decirte que Dios tiene el plan perfecto.
But God has a perfect plan.
Nosotros tomamos la iglesia de cuando estaba el pastor Epi, que por 10 años hizo un gran trabajo.
We took over the church from Pastor Epi, and for 10 years he did a great job.
Y estamos haciendo lo que hemos sido enseñados.
And we're doing what we were taught.
Estamos evangelizando.
We're evangelizing.
Estamos predicando en la calle. Estamos alcanzando al que está perdido.
We're
estamos trayendo esperanza.
And we're bringing hope.
Porque la gente necesita respuesta.
Because the people need an answer.
Cuando nosotros traemos un volante,
when we bring a flyer,
nosotros traemos una semilla.
We bring a seed.
Y Dios es el que le da el crecimiento.
And God's going to bring the increase.
Rápidamente quiero decir, aleluya.
First of all, I'd like to say hallelujah.
Tuvimos nuestro casamos la primer pareja.
We married our first couple.
Estuvieron viviendo. Ellos estuvieron viviendo.
They were living
17 años en fornicación.
17 years in fornication.
Si no sabes qué es eso, le preguntas a tu pastor después.
If you don't know what that is, ask your pastor later.
Quiero darle gracias al pastor Robert.
We'd like to give thanks to Pastor Robert.
Porque él fue para hacernos también un concierto afuera.
Because he went and he did an outside concert for us.
Tenemos fruto de eso.
We have fruit from that concert.
Tuvimos también un avivamiento.
We have a revival
con el hermano Gutiérrez.
With Brother Richard
Gutiérrez, y estuvimos ahí y tuvimos también un tremendo tiempo.
And we had a great time.
Tenemos un nuevo hermano.
We got a new convert from that.
Que ahora es el que está bien emocionado para poder ir a evangelizar.
He's very excited about going out to preach one day.
En dinero, déjame decirte que Dios se ha movido también.
That God has moved there.
Tuvimos un hombre donde yo trabajo.
We got a man where he works.
Dijo, yo ya no tengo iglesia en donde dar mi dinero.
I don't have a church where I could give my money.
¿Puedo dar mi ofrenda en tu iglesia?
Could I give my money to your church?
Claro, hasta tu diezmo si quieres.
Sure, give all you want.
Por 5 meses ha sido una bendición y nos ha ayudado a pagar la tercera parte de nuestra renta.
For 5 months he's been a blessing and has helped us pay our rent.
Ese es un milagro de Dios.